Welcome along to the Olympic Tennis Centre once again. There are just 3 matches left in the football five-a-side competition. The games to decide the medals and this, the second semi-final between Argentina and Iran. Brazil await the winners in the gold medal match. The losers will take on China for the bronze. And for Argentina in particular, that final against their big local rivals is the one they desperately want. For Iran, it would be a first Paralympic final in only their second appearance in the football five-a-side. Very clear sky, glorious evening. There's the confirmation. Brazil, who've won every single time the football five-a-side has been contested at the Paralympic Games, await in the final. And right from the beginning, it's been Argentina's dream not just to win the gold medal, but to beat Brazil in the final on home soil.
Let's listen to the national anthem.
National anthems first. Iran in a moment, but first, that of Argentina.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the Islamic Republic of Iran.
E agora o hino nacional da República Islâmica do Irã.
Here is the starting lineup for Argentina.
And when the anthem's complete, the players are introduced to the crowd. And Argentina have the same starting 5 as they've had in all 3 previous games. Froilan Padilla being introduced at his second games. Maximiliano Espinillo, who scored one of the goals of this tournament in their victory over Mexico first up. They had a 0-0 draw with China in the final group game. That went to a penalty shootout to decide who finished top. And Argentina won it by 2 penalties to 1. Maybe that bodes well for them in case this goes the distance. Straight to penalties after 2 halves of 25 minutes here, if it's level. And neither side, you'll notice, has conceded a goal in normal time. Iran 1 win over Morocco and 2 0-0 draws. They shut the game down against Brazil. A good unit with a giant goalkeeper, you'll notice here. Here he is, Meysam SHOJAEIYAN. He is taller than the crossbar. Hossein RAJABPOUR got their first goal of the tournament. ZADALIASGHARI, a charismatic figure who's done some outstanding things and 1 or 2 things that left something to be desired. SHAHHOSSEINI's played well as well. They're a good team. The only one of their substitutes who's had any real meaningful game time is Sadegh RAHIMIGHASR, the number 9. MEHNINASAB, the number 4, hasn't been used at all. Neither has the reserve goalkeeper. With HEIDARI and BASERI just 15 minutes between them. So it's very much the first 5 plus 1 for Iran. There'll be much more rotation from Argentina, particularly among the forwards. We'll see Silvio VELO and Nicolas VELIZ rotating with ESPINILLO. Brazilian referee François Carcouet will also be on the pitch as the second referee, and they'll work the decisions out between them. Argentina are the team with the Paralympic pedigree. Silver in 2004, bronze in 08, 4th last time in London. World champions twice though, and the only team apart from Brazil who've won the World Championship in this form of the game. Iran are relative newcomers at this level, but will they play to contain tonight, or will they play expansively at all? That's the call for Javad Falfeli. Their first semi-final at the Paralympic Games in football 5-a-side. 6th in London, when they were given a wild card to compete and beat the Great British team in the group stage. And they've built on this. Their starting 5 were all in London 4 years ago. And playing together and building trust, well, vital in all team sports, of course, but I think you'll understand why it's especially important in football for visually impaired athletes. Getting to know where one another is positioned and where the movement is going to be is absolutely critical. So much at stake for the athletes. Beyond simply the glory, in Argentina, Paralympic medalists get a state pension from the age of 40. And Florian Padilla in particular has spoken about his financial future being at stake. The game of his life, he says this is. Imagine taking that pressure into a penalty shootout.
Senhoras e senhores, lembrando que o silêncio é crucial no futebol de 5. Os atletas seguiam pelos guios da bola, pelos chamadores e pelas orientações da arbitragem. Por isso, faça a sua parte.
The second semi-final. Argentina against the Islamic Republic of Iran. Silence in the crowd descends. They know how important that is to the players. The last few checks of the eye patches and the blindfolds. the last handshakes with the coaching staff of both teams. And we're set to go. The second semi-final of the football five-a-side at Rio 2016. Argentina in the familiar colours of light blue and white, Iran all in red. Can Argentina reach their dream final against Brazil? Or will Iran cause a major surprise and get to a final for the very first time? Here's Espinillo, the dangerous forward for Argentina. ACCARDI stepping in. Switch to DELDO. In went ZADALIASGHARI. Profitably for Iran. RAJABPOUR able to locate the ball swiftly off the boards. It's not going to drift out of play. ZADALIASGHARI is able to get there. And immediately the swift turn, but Padilla is such a strong force for Argentina. And he always likes to turn defense into attack swiftly. And that was towards Espinillo. Nothing deliberate about the handball from RAJABPOUR. Still looking for that pass out to Espinillo, this time too much on the angle. ZADALIASGHARI again. Scored an outstanding individual goal that's had quite a lot of traction on social media against Morocco in the group stage. RAJABPOUR also scored in that game, largely due to a goalkeeping error. Well, DELDO did well to run onto that. Cross came POURRAZAVI, strong defender for Iran. 3 clean sheets in 3 games for the Iranians. That's the foundation of their success and their route to this semi-final. That one's for Espinillo, but SHAHHOSSEINI got across there, located the ball really well. ACCARDI battling him hard for it. DELDO under some pressure here. ZADALIASGHARI helping out his teammate SHAHHOSSEINI. Tight square of defenders for Argentina there. They're well organised. And now the counter towards Espinillo, just overran it. Here's RAJABPOUR. Neatly away from the boards. Just lost touch with it. DELDO spinning away from the defender. It just wouldn't roll for Espinillo. Instructions for the Argentina players in this third of the field coming from the guide behind the goal. It's the goalkeeper who will talk to the defenders in that section of the field. Now the head coaches will take over with it in the central third. Padilla, well-timed intervention for Argentina. I wonder how many times we'll say that tonight. Swift switch of the play from one side to the other, but ZADALIASGHARI was out there quickly for Iran. inadvertent contact with Padilla. No question of a foul. ACCARDI on the dribble. But look at the way Iran got 4 defenders around him to close down that situation. ZADALIASGHARI on the run. Open field, had a little bit of space, but Padilla again, he is such a key part of the Argentina team. Now there's the ball to Espinillo. Again, quickly picked up by SHAHHOSSEINI. The ball with the ball bearings inside with metal plates makes that rattling noise. ZADALIASGHARI away from 2, and the first attempt on goal, well wide. But immediately the crowd getting involved and have to quieten down. Play can't really resume until the crowd is quiet. And often teams do want to launch a quick counter-attack from the goalkeeper who can spot a pass. Goalkeepers can see, of course. So it's quite important that the crowd settles down quickly if possible. But equally, there are moments of just extraordinary drama and skill that it's nearly impossible to control yourself when you're watching. Rajabpur for Iran this time. Now ZADALIASGHARI, swift turn. And on he goes, encouraged by the guide. Mohammad Reza Shadal Basir behind the goal. Really you could sense with the urgent communication. He got to ZADALIASGHARI that he was there to be found and potentially a shot was there to be taken. Espinillo, lovely turn now. Just couldn't get his way past POURRAZAVI and used his body really well, the number 2. He's a strong unit, Espinillo, isn't he? Rajabpur had it and lost it again. Now the aerial ball up towards DELDO. Again, nothing deliberate about the handball. But it will be a corner. Martin DeMonte, the Argentina coach, has been in charge since 2009. Lost 2 penalty shootouts at the end of the tournament in London 2012. Semi-final defeat to Brazil. Bronze medal match defeat to Spain. How much that would have hurt. Memories to draw on. Espinillo from the corner. He's not afraid of a shot from a tight angle. No chance to get one away there. And then he cracked into ZADALIASGHARI. But it's the Iranian player who's been penalised there, and it may well be that there was not a call of voy in time from the Iranian defender. When you haven't got the ball, you must be calling out voy or something similar when you're close to the ball or when you're tackling, in time that the person with the ball could alter their direction to avoid you. That's critical. If you don't do that, it's a direct free kick. And because the collision took place and ZADALIASGHARI was close enough to the ball and hadn't made that sound, the direct free kick, the first team foul chalked up against Iran.
Vas a correr para adelante, Maxi, a donde está Federico, habla Fede. Vos, Fede, te va a salir un lateral a la derecha cuando arranca Maxi, y vos, Ángel, un lateral hacia la izquierda. Le arranca la cabeza, Maxi, primer palo.
Lots of instruction for Padilla and Maximiliano Espinillo. 8 meters out, tight angle, Espinillo using Padilla as a screen, got the shot away. Hit ZADALIASGHARI. Padilla was causing all manner of nonsense in there, shoving a path through the Iranian defense. It's ACCARDI who's been penalized here of Argentina. He was just holding ZADALIASGHARI away from the ball there. Rajabpour for Iran. 9 minutes in, looking to switch it to ZADALIASGHARI. DELDO had physical contact with the player. But then the ball, of course, when it's not moving, doesn't make a sound and is nigh on impossible to locate sometimes. Referees step in to give it a bit of a rattle. You'll see that during this match at some point. DELDO getting beyond ZADALIASGHARI and trying to switch it towards Espinillo, who'd come nearer to the ball. Rajabpour taking the brave route down the boards, half expecting a clattering. Padilla, he's got this stop and go tactic that is so effective. It's his signature move. It's going to be a corner to Iran. So difficult for DELDO there, going back towards his own goal line to locate the ball, get a good enough touch on it to turn away without conceding the corner under pressure as well. So 10 minutes have elapsed. One shot apiece, neither goalkeeper tested. It's every bit as tight and as tense as we expected.
Substitution Iran, number 10, out, number 9, in. Substitución de Irán, de sale número 9, entra.
So RAHIMIGHASR in for the first time. Decent hand for ZADALIASGHARI. He's a popular figure. He's played at least 20 minutes of every match, RAHIMIGHASR, so he's a key part of Iran's rotation. The corner played out with the pass to RAHIMIGHASR. It's unusual. Normally there's a player with the taker to run it away from the corner area. Another corner's the result there. Dario LENCINA, veteran goalkeeper, 4th games. Here comes Silvio VELO, who's another one in that category. Famous Paralympian, silver and a bronze medal. Says his dream is to get the one that's missing from the collection. 45 years of age, the Argentina captain. Iran corner, Rajabpour. Out to him was VELO, but Rajabpour making good ground around the outside. ACCARDI got to him, got a grab on his chest. DELDO, little dummy away from RAHIMIGHASR. VELO forward cautiously. SHAHHOSSEINI has looked for RAHIMIGHASR, but this is DELDO instead for Argentina now. On he goes, DELDO. Super tackle by POURRAZAVI, the last line for Iran there. Had to make it, concentrated hard. found the ball cleanly. Now DELDO was just shoved down from behind there by RAHIMIGHASR, and this will be a second team foul up against Iran here inside the opening 12 minutes. 3 team fouls per half is okay, but when it gets to 4 and you're giving away a penalty kick from the second mark, the 8-meter mark, you can see that slightly further away than the edge of the penalty area. Tough to score from that range, but possible. Albeit Meysam SHOJAEIYAN in the Iran goal is a giant. So he's going to organise the wall first, and then the guide will get his time, and the defending team has to be silent while the guide issues his instructions. Shaman Marquez waits patiently. Padilla and VELO listening intently to the instructions. 9 meters out, VELO will move it swiftly. Rajabpour got there remarkably quickly. Did he leave his position too soon? He seemed to close the 5-meter gap almost as the free kick was being taken. VELO collecting the pass here. Rajabpour is on him. Rajabpour, who's lost his protective headband, but play goes on. The referee picked it up, no problem with that. Blindfold is still very much in place. DELDO. VELO being very tightly marshalled by Rajabpour. It's the initial raider to try and get the block on the ball carrier, and then 3 waiting behind. Bit of confusion between those 3 there, but POURRAZAVI brought it clear. Here's Padilla. Out to comes to DELDO. And simple enough for SHOJAEIYAN there. Neither goalkeeper's been tested still. They've counted that as a shot on target, but in the reality of things, it shouldn't have really. Rajabpour on the run for Iran here, making good ground. Has he got room for a shot? Goalkeeper can't come and get that. It was just rolling outside of his goalkeeper's area. Rajabpour encouraged by the crowd for that run. Rasool Baseri is going to get a run out here for Iran, the 20-year-old, in replace Hossein Rajabpour. Let's see what Baseri can do from this corner. He's only had 10 minutes in the tournament before this. Biggest match he'll have played in his young life. Baseri on the run, a sharp turn, but Padilla again did terrifically well for Argentina. Held his ground on the right side of that defensive 4 and made the tackle. RAHIMIGHASR swiftly away down that touchline. Again, it's easy for the crowd to get excited with the ball rolling across goal in what seems frustrating fashion in front of Rasool Baseri, but it's desperately difficult for him to pick it up. And with the extra crowd noise, all the more so. The sounds are all they've got to go on these players. Constantly concentrating, forming the picture of what's going on around them. And you imagine in a football match how rapidly that picture changes. All the different communication coming in from coaches, guides, teammates, from the ball, from the opponents. All has to be processed somehow. Corner. Velo using his teammates as protectors initially, but Iran moved out on block well with him. And there's not been a way through for Argentina. More evidence of strong Iranian defending today so far. They haven't offered a huge deal, and that ball's got to be moved really before 4 seconds have elapsed, but that was okay in the referee's eyes. Here's Padilla. A little stop and go, just trying to disorientate the defenders, trying to get the ball to move without it making as much sound as it might. Now some space for Rahimighasr. DELDO got back well, didn't he? What a good recovery from the number 2. 3 defenders for him. DELDO round the outside. Ooh, he just would have got the indication from the guide that there was space enough for a shot. It came just as he got a little nudge from the defender. Yeah, POURRAZAVI did well. 7.5 minutes to half time. Velo, the long barrier to control it. And between defenders, Silvio Velo. Kun's going to come back to him here. Good reaction by Rahimighasr. Padilla with Baseri right behind him. ACCARDI. Oh, he hits it. Well, snapshot from Federico ACCARDI forces SHOJAEIYAN into his first save of the night. Wasn't a complicated one, but it was just the swiftness with which it all happened. Argentina timeout. Both teams get 1 per half, and there'll be a minute break. A little drink for the players, some instructions from Martin DeMonte, and plenty of support. That support has grown and grown throughout this tournament for Argentina. Word spreading that the team that are known as the Bats in that country are going well in the competition again and have a chance of getting a medal. Invariably, the Brazilian crowd responds with a chant of Argentina's opponents. Members of the 7-a-side football team were in the audience there. I spotted the goalkeeper, Nahilkin. So it's a mixture of family and athletes and fans who are in there. It's a bit of a contest in the stands at the moment. It's good. With the pitch being relatively small, around 40 meters by 20, the crowd are close to the pitch, and there's a good atmosphere going. That's Gustavo Nahilkin on the right of picture there, goalkeeper with the football 7-a-side team, who ended in 6th position. Goalkeepers here haven't been especially busy today, but the Iranian technical staff getting to grips with some new eye patches there for Behrad ZADALIASGHARI. There are technical delegates from the federation monitoring the eye patches and the blindfolds just to make sure that everything's okay. It's just come all the way through. SHAHHOSSEINI, or rather Rahul Baseri with the effort. All of a sudden that broke to him in a very promising position, Baseri. Padilla with a little pull of the shirt, and then it was anybody's ball for a second, and BASERI hooked it wide. That might have been trouble for Argentina. Velo from the corner. Oh, he's found some space. Straight at the goalkeeper in the end, but it's not quite clear. Cluster of players around the ball. Corner results. Promising moment here for Silvio Velo. And SHOJAEIYAN was moving backwards there. He was off balance. A little bit of height on that shot from Velo, and he'd have had no chance. He's 45, Silvio Velo. He's got twins on the way. Already has 5 children. Might be at the games for a rest. This is the rotation of strikers that they've employed throughout. Nicolas VELIZ coming on for Velo, who himself came on for ESPINILLO. And all 3 have scored in the competition. SHAHHOSSEINI being replaced by RAJABPOUR.
La línea del córner está libre, pero después tiene que hacer mucho ángulo.
Sustitución de Irán, número 12 sale, número 6 entra.
Están los 4 de ese lado, ¿eh?
Another Argentina corner. VELIZ from it, trying to find a way through. Padilla's onto the loose ball. ZADALIASGHARI went clattering in. And here is ZADALIASGHARI on the counter. Oh, lovely skill. And he looks for RAJABPOUR. RAJABPOUR away from VELIZ. Just trying to use his physical strength. Padilla again was in the way. DELDO felt he was pulled by RAJABPOUR. Referee says play on. Padilla into Iran territory. Trying to bustle his way through. Away by SHAHHOSSEINI. Chances few and far between in the first half of this second semi-final between Argentina and Iran. Argentina's veteran skipper Silvio Velo threatening from a corner a short time ago. Here's VELIZ, though, the man who came on to replace him. And held DELDO back towards VELIZ. RAJABPOUR trying to get it away. ACCARDI stepped in to help. VELIZ being encouraged by the guide behind the goal to collect it, which he does. Tackle from POURRAZAVI was legitimate. DELDO, and still Angel DELDO. Well, he got so close to goal, there was almost nowhere he could put it in. Splendid run, and once he got through the challenge, he did really well to keep his feet, retain his composure. But where was the gap there with SHOJAEIYAN right on the edge of his goalkeeper's area? Encouragement for Argentina. 3 shots on target. One of those shouldn't really have counted, but still, Iran just the 3 efforts wide. Best of those was from BASERI a few minutes ago. Argentina getting closer. Through VELO and then through DELDO. Nearly 2 minutes to half-time. ZADALIASGHARI on the run. Strong play from ACCARDI. And away by DELDO, who's working really hard for his team. VELIZ. Good bit of dribbling from VELIZ, but it was a long way out for the shot, and it had no real power. David PERALTA is coming on here for Argentina. And DELDO, who did look exhausted, didn't he, in that previous shot. He's going to take a little breather. Good game he's had, Angel DELDO, in this semi-final. David PERALTA, 35-year-old at his second games. And a timeout's been called, so the sing-off is going to get up and running again. Iran's timeout this time. They're creating one of the best atmospheres that there's been in the football five-a-side. Well, the Brazilian supporters, strictly speaking, should be neutrals. Brazil await in the final. China in the bronze medal match. One minute 39 left at the end of this first half. Clock stopping for goal kicks and corners, though, now in the last 2 minutes of the half. And the proposal is that the rules will be changed in the coming 12 months so that the clock is stopped in this manner all the time, and that will avoid some time-wasting antics that we've seen once or twice. I think a little bit from Iran against Brazil, certainly. They ensured the 0-0 draw they needed to get through, partly in that manner. This man, ZADALIASGHARI, was stretchered off the field 3 times and came back on each occasion. Maybe a chance for Argentina here. ACCARDI on the run. Well played by POURRAZAVI. "60 seconds to the interval. The long throw was towards VELIZ. Nearly came through to him. Well played by RAJABPOUR. Winning the tackle, bringing it clear. That should run out for a goal kick to Argentina. Oh, they've called a corner. They've called a corner off ACCARDI. Mexican coach in the center of picture there, Jose de Jesus Anda Garcia. Planning for another competition, maybe. 4th Iran corner. ZADALIASGHARI. Corner again to Iran. 33 seconds left in the half. Not many scary moments for either goalkeeper, particularly not for Dario LENCINA in the Argentina goal. But he'll be on guard here. And RAJABPOUR went for the snapshot from a very acute angle. That was low percentage. Here's ACCARDI. RAJABPOUR is so energetic for Iran. Covers an awful lot of ground. I think we're going to go into the break at 0-0. LENCINA with an optimistic throw down the centre. Actually caught a couple of his defenders upfield. And ZADALIASGHARI running through here. And he just couldn't catch up with the ball. With 2 seconds left in the half. And at the other end, a bit of helter-skelter play with VELIZ trying to get on a loose ball, but the half is over. It just ran away from the big man, trying to catch up with it. Little bit of pressure from Padilla. And he knew because the crowd were getting excited. And he knew because he had an idea of the line of the ball, where he was headed. Chances few and far between. Good stuff, very tight. Half-time, Argentina 0, Iran 0. Well, for my money, Argentina slightly the better side. VELO's effort from a corner, that was genuine danger. Got into a really good position. Shot was straight at the goalkeeper at a good savable height. And that DELDO run, when he got right up to the edge of the goalkeeper's area, and then SHOJAEIYAN just blocked all the conceivable angles. Slightly more of the ball, Argentina as well at 55%. But it's no good dominating these games unless you get the goal, as team after team after team will tell you from international competition. Little pocket of Argentina supporters is having a great time. So often second best to Brazil in major championships. Desperate to get to the final and face their big rivals. Some of the best moments then in the first half. So ZADALIASGHARI is always a willing runner for Iran. DELDO had a very good first half for Argentina, both in defence and attack. This run from ACCARDI, forced to save from SHOJAEIYAN. It was a fairly simple save, but he got the shot away early, and there was a little bit of surprise about it. Now BASERI all of a sudden caused a moment of chaos for Argentina and ended up pulling his shot wide. There were 3 around the ball, but he still snaked a foot through. Now here's VELO from the corner. That was the best position of the match, really. And he could quite easily have scored from there, Silvio VELO. He might even have expected to. It's quite a solid gap to the goalkeeper's left. From that position, it was tough for DELDO. He'd done a really good job of getting his way through. Terrific skill there. And then yeah, the guide was tremendously frustrated, but I'm not quite sure how he would have scored in the end. And that means the half-time score is goalless. But the second half on the way, and there has to be a winner, either in the next 25 minutes or via a penalty shootout. Half-time, Argentina 0, Iran 0. So we're 25 minutes away, potentially, from an Argentina-Brazil final, the South American affair that many here are hoping for. Or will it be Iran into the final for the first time? And the prospect of an extraordinary Iranian double with their team in the final of the seven-a-side competition as well. There's the Brazil coach, Fabio Vasconcelos, working out a tactical plan for whichever team his team may play in the final. Here we go, the second half. So who's going to strike first? Iran in the red or Argentina in the light blue and white? Goal kick from the start as Rajabpour went forward. Espinillo is back on here for Argentina and in possession. And Espinillo with a good run. And POURRAZAVI nipped in, got a kick for his trouble, but it was really good defending. ZADALIASGHARI up the sideline. DELDO scampering back. Espinillo here chasing Rajabpour. Awkward job of turning when you're facing your own goal. And Espinillo threatening to win the ball back for Argentina. DELDO stepping in. A little bit chaotic from Iran. We haven't really been able to say that at all because they've been so well organised. And they've recovered the shape now. Padilla. Trying to form a picture of where the defenders are. And he's formed the exact picture of where Espinillo was waiting. Now the big striker, can he roll his way away from the boards here? He can't grab on with two hands. He's got a bit of help from ACCARDI. And ACCARDI's taken over. And ACCARDI trying to get round the outside. DELDO. DELDO back onto the right side. Oh, POURRAZAVI reacted brilliantly there. It was a good move back to the right, DELDO. POURRAZAVI, the last man. Terrific feat of concentration there. SHOJAEIYAN organising the defenders for the corner. Off goes Espinillo. Into the centre, tried to bundle his way right through. Padilla trying to protect the ball and now takes over. Good from POURRAZAVI again. Strength from DELDO to get away from ZADALIASGHARI. Espinillo turning away from SHAHHOSSEINI. ACCARDI. That long red line of defenders look difficult to get beyond. Now the clearance is not going to roll over the goal line here, so Padilla has located it. And he's looking for Angel DELDO. Espinillo still waiting on the left side. DELDO, now Espinillo, can he find it here? Line of three waiting to tackle him one by one. ACCARDI, sharp burst. ACCARDI's in here. Oh, POURRAZAVI hung on there. and kept contact with the player enough to put him off. Looked for all the world like he was going to get a shot away there, Federico Accardi. Looked like he'd done the hard part, but durable defending. ZADALIASGHARI penalised again. Free kick Argentina, central, 11 meters out. He leant in there again, but it may well have been there wasn't a call of void from ZADALIASGHARI. Martin DeMonte, the coach, has got some instructions on here now. They could go either way from here. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Sounds like the call from German Marquez from the guide is for ESPINILLO. Over the ball with Padilla. 10-11 meters out. Can they maneuver this ball quickly, find the space for a shot? ESPINILLO goes from range. And it was deflected on the way through for a corner. Quite hopeful from there. Not sure that's what the guide was hoping for from the free kick. Didn't happen very quickly. But he can strike a ball with pretty thunderous force, ESPINILLO. They don't need much of an opening for him to cause SHOJAEIYAN real trouble. Padilla again with a bit of blocking from the corner. But Iran weren't tolerating that. They all flew out again. Accardi, solid play. Appealing there for the free kick. Certainly a collision. Hossein. And he's complaining he didn't hear a volley from Hosseini Accardi. It's pretty loose, the old blindfold. Off goes Rajabpour. Here's Rahimighasr again. ESPINILLO will give this back to the Iran team. 6:40 into the second half. Still it's Argentina who are the better team, who are doing the pressing. But they can't break through a stubborn, well-organised, hugely determined Iran defence. Will one goal be enough to win this semi-final? That's the impression, isn't it, at the moment? ESPINILLO seeking this out. Can he find another one of those rocket shots that he provided in the first group game against Mexico? This is for Padilla to sort out, I think. Here he is. Blocked by ZADALIASGHARI. Rahimighasr. I just couldn't catch up with it.
Substitution in Iran, number 10, out, number 12, in.
Rasool Baseri for ZADALIASGHARI is the change. Hasn't really caused damage in an attacking sense, ZADALIASGHARI tonight. Can be an elusive runner. But Iran's share of the ball in this second half has only been 36%. Padilla felt a gap and burst through. And again, you can get past one or two, but nobody's got quite past POURRAZAVI, or very, very seldom. And of course, as the last defender, he's got the most time to work out the line of the ball, to be in the right place. Baseri on the run. Well in by DELDO. It's ferociously competitive. The stakes are so high. A place in the final awaits the winners. ESPINILLO just eased out of it by SHAHHOSSEINI. Content to just clear downfield and ask RAHIMIGHASR to do the chasing. Well found again by Padilla. DELDO for Argentina. RAHIMIGHASR, good starting position, sets off. And RAHIMIGHASR just couldn't find the ball to get it under control, let alone get a shot away. And I think the referees get a call for a drop ball there. Has he asked RAHIMIGHASR to put it out for an Argentina goal kick? I think that's what he's done. The ball was motionless. I think the referee wants play to restart with the goal kick for Argentina. So he's saying to Iran, fair play, kick it out. For a man who's got 5 kids and 2 more on the way, there's not a fleck of grey hair, is there, on Silvio Velo's head? Silvio Velo scored the goal in the final when Argentina last won the World Championship 10 years ago, beating Brazil in the final. Flag bearer at the Paralympic Games for Argentina in Athens and Beijing, Silvio Velo. DELDO didn't quite get it under control. Iran haven't had a shot in this second half. We've been playing for nearly 10 minutes. They haven't had a shot on target in the entire game. It's a largely defensive effort from them. But Argentina are a good side, and they are putting them under pressure. Nice turn by ACCARDI away from Rasool Baseri. Not away from RAHIMIGHASR, who was waiting. Clean tackle. Velo went in strongly. Middle third, the head coach with instructions for his players. DELDO, no way through. POURRAZAVI held him up. The Argentina bench, I think, felt that was a little bit over the top from POURRAZAVI. If it had been their defender, I think they'd have liked it. Baseri for Iran here, trying to spin away from the boards. Out by DELDO. Velo focusing, finds it. Away from Baseri. SHAHHOSSEINI spun away from him. And then the next brick in the red wall emerged. No way through for Argentina at the moment. Maybe Padilla can have a go. The little stop-go, the bunny hops, the deflected shot. And the guide is appealing that it came outside of the goalkeeper's area off SHOJAEIYAN before he grabbed it for a second time, but the referee saw that and said no. It's a penalty if that happens. Little anxious moment for Javad Felfeli. I didn't think it had done at first glance. Here's the shot. Bit of a deflection on it now. Where does it spill out? Doesn't go beyond the edge of the area, I don't think. Well, impossible to be 100% certain from the replay, but it didn't seem so. And if it did, SHOJAEIYAN was extremely shifty with the hand to move it back in very, very quickly. Rajabpur back for Iran. Peralta is in for ACCARDI for Argentina. Who's going to be the hero? Maybe one of the goalkeepers in the shootout. 13.5 minutes for the teams to avoid that. That came off POURRAZAVI, Argentina corner.
Chueco, con la manito adelante, Chueco. Con la mano adelante.
Could Velo be the man here? Velo enveloped. Well, DELDO ran into the tackle. Again, there can't have been a void from RAHIMIGHASR. That must have brought about the foul. So the free kick to Argentina, and off goes Padilla. Peralta. Towards Velo. Rajabpur did well. Good strength from the Iranian captain. And now he's got Argentina on the run. Again, good work from Padilla. And those little changes of direction designed to confuse. Padilla. No way around SHAHHOSSEINI. They can only get so far at the moment, Argentina. And the aerial ball towards Velo as an optimistic one. Angel DELDO with that pass towards Velo. 11 minutes left. Velo took control of affairs there, and he's won it well high up the field. Velo goes on. Well, that was all about Argentina's captain. Good low save by SHOJAEIYAN. That was Silvio Velo attempting to take a grip of this semi-final. In by Peralta, but it's too close to the goalkeeper. Coming up to the last 10 minutes. RAHIMIGHASR quickly put under pressure by Peralta, but accelerating swiftly. Again, Padilla taking care of the ball, feeling out for the opponent, making sure there was no way through. And Padilla now trying to go right through the center. Strong challenge and a heavy collision. Referee needs to make sure that everyone's okay, and the blindfold came off completely there in the challenge. There's Velo with the run. What a good run it was too. Started with the tackle that he made. A little bit of skill in the finish. Back comes ZADALIASGHARI. Still, Iran have not had an attempt on goal in the second half. Can he change that? SHAHHOSSEINI getting the blindfold reapplied after that heavy collision with Padilla a few moments ago. ACCARDI had a short rest. Last word of instruction from the coach. Well, Argentina, the better side, pressing for a goal in this second half without creating a huge number of clear chances. Velo in the match has come closest on a couple of occasions. DELDO and ACCARDI once or twice have threatened. Here's Padilla. And still Padilla trying to find the space for a shot. Away by ZADALIASGHARI and away from DELDO. And picking up speed. And still ZADALIASGHARI. He got far closer to goal than Argentina wanted. It's their first attempt to the second half. And Argentina grateful that he put it wide. It was ACCARDI who came in and lost a shoe in the tackle. It was a good opening for the striker, it really was. Well, the huge noise that chance brought about, just adding to the tension. Brazil coach can watch on knowing that his team have got gold or silver, but who are they going to be playing in the gold medal match? It's far from certain at the moment. Velo for Argentina with 8:20 to go. DELDO bounced off the tackle from ZADALIASGHARI. ZADALIASGHARI pulled back ACCARDI there. The referees, did they spot it? Well, they've given it to Iran. I thought he was the man who fouled first there. The pull there by ZADALIASGHARI, and then the nudge back by ACCARDI. Clock still ticking down here. 7.5 minutes to go. ZADALIASGHARI from the free kick, looking to accelerate swiftly away from the defenders before they could react, but ACCARDI did well. Goalkeeper again has to wait until it gets into that small goalkeeping area, just 2 meters it extends from goal. Velo. All the way to DELDO. He's got it. It's a good first touch. And then POURRAZAVI came in with the challenge. Argentina free kick's been given right on the edge. Stepped across and made hard contact with DELDO. So here's the free kick. Third team foul as well. So any more from Iran and Argentina will get a clear shot at goal. For this one, they can have the wall in place. And SHOJAEIYAN lining up RAJABPOUR for a run at closing this free kick down. He's been very quick off the mark. VELO and PADILLA, the partners in crime here for Argentina. Well, the guide's lucky key. Bring them good fortune. It has to be quiet for him. It's only 8 meters out. VELO, oh, he got a shot away. Goalkeeper had the angle covered. This time it's DELDO. No way through. VELO goes in. Iran pushed right back into their own penalty area. Now PADILLA looking to keep the pressure up. Oh, super save. What an effort from PADILLA. He had that low and hard in the corner. It's a brilliant save by SHOJAEIYAN. And it came so quickly and swiftly from PADILLA. Look at that, it's perfectly placed. You can't do much more. And now are they wondering, is it going to be? 5 minutes to go, you know that Iran would take a shootout. VELO from the corner. Little stop and go. Tried to stay on his feet. POURRAZAVI did well. He's lost his blindfold, POURRAZAVI. The referee stopped that. I think they'll spot that. They'll stop the play. And that is a foul given against Iran. DELDO taken down. And I think they'll go to the penalty mark here. We'll wait for confirmation of that. DELDO it was, the arm out from POURRAZAVI. ZADALIASGHARI from behind. The guide's about to get very busy for Argentina. German Marquez. PADILLA lining it up. The 8-meter penalty. The fourth team foul has brought it about. PADILLA says this is the match of his life. Froilan PADILLA for Argentina from 8 meters. And it's a good save by SHOJAEIYAN. He waited, he watched it, and he pushed it round the post. It's a decent strike by PADILLA. Perhaps could have done with it being slightly lower. Argentina timeout. 4:40 to go. VELIZ for VELO. Silvio VELO seen his last action in this match. Crowd sensing a chance to get into it and get behind the team during the break in play. Well, team fouls are still an issue for Iran. 4 minutes 40 is a long time, with Argentina pressing the Iranian penalty area. Every chance of further clear shots at goal for the Argentina team. Fellow athletes, family members, supporters, all getting involved. It all comes down to this next few minutes. There's the save from SHOJAEIYAN. Padilla just paused. Couldn't beat him. He's a fine goalkeeper. Tough to beat him from that range, however good the strike. But it was a chance. And the drama of the one-on-one brings everybody in. Here comes RAHIMIGHASR again. RAJABPOUR sitting down. It's a defensive job he'll have to do to begin with. VELIZ is going to get the responsibility for Argentina from the corner. Can Iran keep them out? Their first final beckons, if they can, perhaps. VELIZ with a little lob pass. ACCARDI was there. Well, they worked that really well. A little unfortunate in the end. They missed out on penalties in the semi-finals 4 years ago, Argentina. Is it going to go to spot kicks again? Padilla hopes not. Nearly won a good tackle on the edge of the Iranian penalty area, but here comes SHAHHOSSEINI. Now VELIZ for Argentina. RAHIMIGHASR got into him quickly. Corner again. 3:40 left. Time ticking down quickly. VELIZ from the corner towards ACCARDI. Crowd gasped because he was alone in front of goal, but it was hard to locate it. He's found it now, but Iran totally reorganized. ACCARDI again. Again, POURRAZAVI, the last man, couldn't be beaten. VELIZ. Surrounded again. It took an age to get into the goalkeeper's area, and then when VELIZ came in, he took a bit of a blow. Two and a half minutes. You have to admire the Iran defensive organization. They kept out Brazil, the world and Paralympic champions, at the end of the group stage, and it looks like they're going to keep out the team ranked 2 in the world as well in Argentina. And ZADALIASGHARI was pulled back there by the shoulder. It's a really good run. Maybe there's something more in this for Iran than just a clean sheet. Yeah, yellow card for the foul by ACCARDI. Knew exactly what was doing here. Grabbed out at ZADALIASGHARI as he was making ground round the outside. Here's the bit of fielding from the goalkeeper. It's inside the area for sure. He does take a bit of a blow inadvertently from VELIZ. 2 minutes, clock stops. ZADALIASGHARI quickly from the free kick. Super skill, well reacted ACCARDI to close the gap. And ZADALIASGHARI is down. No chance of wasting any time in this last 2 minutes. But I guess you can break the momentum up. He did seem to drive his foot straight into an opponent, and he's going to have to come off. Nice turn, and then he cracked his boot right into the leg of ACCARDI. I'm surprised ACCARDI didn't find that more painful than ZADALIASGHARI. But he's taken 1 or 2 blows throughout the course of this tournament. Thing is, he left the field on a stretcher 3 times in the previous game and came back on each time. So your natural inclination is to wonder to what extent he's really injured. We'll see if he comes back before the shootout, if that's how it ends. Iran are going to give this back to Argentina, I think. 1 minute, 47 seconds left. Padilla off in pursuit of what would be a dramatic late goal. I think we've known for some time that 1 goal would win it. We certainly know that now. ACCARDI, tight unit, the Iranian defense. RAHIMIGHASR was the one to locate it, trying to bring it away. 1 minute 10. VELIZ. Gap was closed down brilliantly by SHAHHOSSEINI on the right side of that defensive unit. Last minute now. Here's ACCARDI. He's had 1 or 2 promising runs. Switch of play to DELDO. Can he be the hero? Trying to get away from POURRAZAVI. There was no way through. 35 seconds. And that's a goal kick. They want to make a change. And they're expecting penalties now because their specialist is coming on for the shootout, German MULECK. Dario LENCINA wishes him luck for what's to come. He saved 2 in the shootout against China at the end of the group stage. And there's a timeout taken by Iran with 33 seconds left. It seems certain that we'll decide the second finalist via penalty kicks. But might there just be the latest of late twists? Iran, the champions of Asia, have defended quite terrifically. Kept out Turkey in their opening game. The European champions. Kept out the African champions in their second game. Kept out the world champions in their third game. And now Argentina, for so long the second best side in the world to Brazil, have been unable to find a way through either. Many a champion team has been formed on good defense. Maybe this Iranian side could become one. They're already champions of their continent. But is their greatest day ahead of them yet? Rajabpur, last 30 seconds, run into VELIZ. RAHIMIGHASR. Last 10 seconds, ACCARDI emerges from the boards. There's time for one last shot here. Last 5, I don't think there is now. We're going to penalties to decide who'll play Brazil for the gold medal. Argentina will have to take part in a shootout again at the end of the Paralympic Games. Neither side's conceded a goal in this championship. It always felt likely it might be decided this way, and it will go down to penalties after 50 minutes. With Brazil waiting in the final, it's ended in regulation. Argentina 0, Iran 0, and we will head to the penalty spot to decide it.
É isso, final de segundo tempo, por aqui 0 Argentina, 0 República Islâmica do Irã. Desse jeito, teremos disputa de pênalti para definir o último finalista que vai enfrentar a seleção do Brasil. No sábado são 3 pênaltis para cada equipe. Se permanecer empatado, teremos aí disputas alternadas na cobrança. Então agora vamos ao campo de jogo, vamos às disputas de pênalti.
Well, there'll be 3 players from each side who will take penalties in the initial part of the competition. Of course, if the 2 teams are level beyond that, then we'll go to sudden death. And the goalkeepers, being sighted athletes, are not allowed to take them. When Argentina played their shootout against China to decide who ended first in Group B, ESPINILLO went first and scored. VELIZ went second and scored. MULECK made 2 saves, and they won 2-1 against that man's team. China are waiting in the bronze medal match. And the 2 captains, Hossein Rajabpur and Silvio Velo, sorting it out. Instructions and words of motivation and encouragement from Dario LENCINA, the veteran goalkeeper.
Senhoras e senhores, gostaríamos de lembrar que o silêncio é crucial para os jogadores. Por isso, vamos fazer silêncio e fazer a nossa parte.
What an opportunity for both teams to get into a Paralympic final. Argentina have won silver before, they've won bronze before, they were 4th last time. They're desperate for gold to complete their collection. MULECK is getting himself in the zone, isn't he? Well, crowd enjoying itself, but imagine the feelings for goalkeepers and penalty takers now. The Argentina team, some members of which have not won a Paralympic medal. A medal means a state pension. can mean significant income for the family in future years. Something I'm sure that they'll be blocking from their minds. As they say, this is about the process. Who can beat the giant Iranian goalkeeper, Meysam SHOJAEIYAN? And for German MULECK, the Argentina goalkeeper, the specialist. Perhaps the extra pressure that comes with having that role. Look at SHOJAEIYAN dwarfing all of his teammates. It's probably as well the penalty takers can't see how big he is. You wouldn't be able to keep still, would you? You'd be on the move. You'd be pacing from foot to foot. Argentina first. ESPINILLO. We're set for the drama. Brazil await in the final. Will it be Argentina or Iran? Silence will have to descend here.
Maxi, estoy en el medio.
Trying to relieve the tension. Oh, that's lovely. Wishing one another luck.
Maxi, medio, sí.
There's nothing more they can do, the coaches. Their jobs are done. ESPINILLO. Oh, he's missed. He's missed. He went for the top corner. And he put it wide. SHOJAEIYAN didn't have to do a thing. Sadegh RAHIMIGHASR for Iran, their first taker. Can he cement the advantage by scoring the opening goal of the shootout? Mohammad Reza Shadalbasi, the guide for Iran. RAHIMIGHASR then against MULECK to put Iran in the lead in the shootout. Oh, he does. He does. Look what it means to the Iranian team and the coach. Iran strike first. And from the celebration, they have full confidence in their goalkeeper. Well, have you ever seen such a celebration for the first penalty of a shootout? You might think it premature, but do they know something about that man that we don't? Silvio VELO, the Argentina captain, missed in both shootouts they played 4 years ago, in the semi-final and in the bronze medal match. Oh, he scores this time! Huge for Argentina. And he can be beaten. Perfect penalty, low and hard, right in the corner. Oh, imagine the celebration in the family. Ahmed Reza SHAHHOSSEINI for Iran. It's getting too much for one or two in the crowd. Iran still with the advantage. If they score this, They're one kick away from the gold medal match. If. He's got it. SHAHHOSSEINI. German MULECK stood tall, but he couldn't keep it out. He can't believe he hasn't saved it. It was hit firmly. He started to go to his right and was wrong-footed. VELIZ has to score. 25-year-old student at his first Paralympic Games to keep their chance of gold alive. This must go in, or Iran will be in the final to play Brazil. It's Iran. It's Iran with a chance of gold. The unbeatable defense has made it all the way to the final. Horrible for Argentina. Horrible for VELIZ and for ESPINILLO, who missed in the shootout. The better side throughout the 50 minutes, but it counts for nothing. The defensive rearguard rewarded, and Iran have another team in a football final at Rio 2016. They will play Brazil for gold. 2-1 the shootout finishes in Iran's favor. Well, how tough for Argentina to take. They will now play China for the bronze. They've played them already. Iran and Brazil met, of course, in Pool A also when it finished in a 0-0 draw. The blueprint has been designed already by Iran there. Congratulations to Iran. A team with less experience and perhaps less of a forward thrust in front of goal, but they've played to their strengths. They've been brilliantly organised and they kept their nerve in the shootout. They looked confident about the penalties. Gracious in defeat. But Argentina will not have their dream final here in Rio. They so badly wanted a crack at Brazil in front of their home supporters. Brazil know now it'll be a different type of final. Iran are in the final of the 7-a-side football, and they'll be in the 5-a-side final the day after as well. What terrific scenes for them. What a scene for Iran. Who would have thought they'd make the final? Well, they've got themselves a medal, gold or silver. It's by far the best performance in football 5-a-side. Didn't have a shot on target in the match, Iran, and yet they progress to the final. That's hard to take for Argentina.